Hello, people on the dark side of YouTube. My name is Ray Dizzle.
And I'm K-Dog, and we're here to share another
middle school horror story. So, with us today is
Dawn Lee.
Satanic Jesus.
Wonderful. And we all have our horror stories to tell you. Should I go first?
Sure.
Okay, I can go first. Okay, so for over half the year in 7th grade, I had to either sit by myself during lunch or sit with a group of popular girls that I did not like or fit in with. Basically, my grandmother didn't like my friends and called them the underdogs and bad influences. So she called the school, told them that I wasn't allowed to be with these certain people, and the vice principal would come around to my classes, to my lunch and my study halls, and would make sure that I did not sit near or talk to these people, and it was the worst experience of my life because I was alone for the better half of an entire school year.
That's
Depressing.
hardcore.
It was really
Okay.
It seems like that isn't something a vice principal. I don't know.
Wants to
She
share
did.
next? Should I go?
You wanna go?
Okay.
Yeah, you should go.
When I was in middle school, I started at Goff Middle School in New York and then transferred to Grand Valley in Ohio. Anyways, when I transferred from Goff, my friends were really upset. They all signed this big envelope and drew me pictures and letters and cards, and my study hall teacher had a dance-off to celebrate my leaving. Well, not celebrate, but as like a goodbye party. And I came back at the very end of the school year to visit my friends, and they kind of forgot that I existed. They forgot that I left the school. I think they forgot who I was. They thought that I was out sick or something. And then they asked me if I was going to gym class, and I had to remind them that I didn't go to school there anymore. That was my horror story.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's so sad.
Well, when I was in middle school, there's like this one girl who I had no idea why, but she seemed to derive great pleasure from just being obnoxious to me, even though I'd never really even talked to her. Like one time I was just standing in the computer lab and I was just like looking around because I was bored, and like I briefly glanced in her direction and she like whipped around and screamed, "Why are you looking at me?" And so that's like, I guess from then on it was just like, it was true rivalry or something, because like I would be standing at my locker and she would punch me in the back and shove me into my locker and then run off, and it was like, it wasn't worth it to go after her, but it was just like, dude, that wasn't nice. And there was this other time that she like sat with this group behind me in history, and she like she dropped a pencil on the floor, and I picked it up and handed it to her, and then she started laughing, and all of her friends were like, "Oh, she just picked up that pencil." I was like, okay.
So funny.
That is so funny, man.
Definitely
I kind of have to
insulting.
wonder what happened to where that pencil was. But, whatever. And that's my story.
I also have a story about this girl. We were in 7th grade, and I really didn't have many friends to sit by during lunch. So I had also had to sit with this group of girls that Ray was talking about, Ray Dizzle. And they would throw orange peels all around the cafeteria and just be generally obnoxious. And this is also the same girl that Dawn Lee is talking about. So she just, I don't know what's wrong with her. She just generally hates us all.
We all know people like that.
So basically, this girl was unfortunately one of my friends in 7th grade, and this was one of the bad influences, but horrible influence. But the thing was, you know how you always have that one friend that it's always kind of iffy.
It's like a love-hate relationship.
And so sometimes you're like really angry with them, and sometimes you really love them a lot because they're funny. And also, I was kind of a bitch in middle school, so.
I was just really annoying in middle school.
I have to agree with you.
I would run around screaming how unique and special and cool I was. It
Yeah.
wasn't a good time.
So basically, just so everyone knows, I mean, I am not a victim here. I am part of the problem. I'm in neutral territory. I mean, I was bullied too, but I was actually a little bit of a bully myself. So I'm not entirely a victim. These stories are just, it's hard to be in middle school, whether you are the bully or you are being bullied. It's just a difficult time all around, and I think we've all been there.
Yeah, middle school you'll find is everyone's worst years. You're at that awkward stage where you just hit puberty, but you're still very immature.
Yes.
It's awful for everyone, and it's just, remember that if you're in middle school, high school is not as bad.
It's still not good though.
It's
but
not
High school
good.
is nowhere near as bad,
But it's not as
still
bad.
not good.
And
I
once
believe
you
that too.
once you get to the point where you're out of that immature state, you start to realize that you can make friends with people that are completely different than you. I mean, we're nothing alike. We have like similarities, but things in common. But we're polar opposites for the most part. So yeah, just things get better. Anyways.
And
Goodbye,
bye from-
people.
Goodbye, people.
Bye.
Goodbye.
That was not a good
What is
sync.
this? And-
But horrible influence.